And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
58. Here we go. Hurry up. 58.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Let's go. Come on. Jump out.
Rodgers to throw once more. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Rodgers to Allison, good for a Green Bay first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
Hey, 626.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
319.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And that is going to be incomplete. The veteran Byron Maxwell forcing the incompletion. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a play fake here on first down. Baldwin with it over the middle. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. This is Carson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Here's Carson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there, taking it in, and the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. Caught by Cobb. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
88.
To throw on 2nd down, Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. That one goes for 24 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jaron Reed able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Box it. Well.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, Wilson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kyler Fackrell in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They run. Montgomery as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Here we go with Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And they've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Well, get it in.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play.
It's hard to believe when we look at the numbers that our statistician Marvin has given us about Aaron Rodgers today, that he's been held to this few. That's not normal for him.
And that explains the scoreboard, doesn't it?
It really does. As he goes, so goes his team. And he is just absolutely scintillating, but it's still not over for him yet.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Frank Clark in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
58. All right. Look at you.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The veteran Byron Maxwell forcing the incompletion.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. On third down, they go Montgomery. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
We've seen this offense go for it on fourth down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
They certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. To throw is Kaiser. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, I see what they were trying to do there. You pop up your holder, roll them out. You got the option to run or pass. This didn't work.
Not at all, and the communication was excellent defensively to make sure that receivers were covered as they escaped from the line of scrimmage, because that's supposed to be a surprise to everyone, and that's how they get free. People forget their assignments on defense. That didn't happen. And think about the guy rolling out with the football, looking for an open person, no one there.
Helpless feeling.
Helpless, because that gap between you and defenders now is going to close and close quickly.
Flushed out right, and they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Now it's Carson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now Wilson. On the move to his left. He's got a man complete.